Hey Al, this is James, and this is my boat build. Thanks for coming back and checking on my progress. It just kind of dawned on me that this boat that I'm building, this 20 and a half foot boat that they call the Chinook by Glen L, which is ended up going to be a pilot house boat. The hull that I'm building is basically a framed version of the Tolman skiff. It's pretty popular on the internet. You can get some free plans I've seen, and that's a stitch and glue. And I guess but basically almost the same hull design. It's just that this version by Ken Hawkinson, this design is obviously apply on frame construction. I'm more used to doing the frame on ply construction. I've never done a stitch and glue. There's pros and cons of both. They're both very good, sturdy boats. I'm just more comfortable with the frames and the ply on. So I want to show you where we're at. So here's the boat as it sits today. You can see all the longitudes, the battens that I've placed on there. They're pretty much basically just they're not glued in at all, and you can see that these are going to have to be bent and glued in place. I want to get back to the chine log, the inner chine log, because it's really been kind of a problem child with me in this boat. I don't know where I screwed up, and I finally figured it out referring back to the plans. I'm going to take you over here to this frame number. This is frame number 5. And so what had happened, and this is fine the way it is. I just want to emphasize that. But I'm going to modify it because I am not a structural engineer. And I believe that the people that design these things have a lot more knowledge about these sorts of stresses and, the way boats should be built. So I'm going to actually make this a little bit beefier. But what I had done inadvertently in the beginning when I first made the transom, I notched this out and I placed it in the wrong spot. Now, according to the plans, what I did is I moved everything up one. You can see this is made out of 3 members. It's actually one. Everything should be shifted over, but this should be here. It should be all shifted over. This should be the end of it, and this piece should be right over here. And that's where I screwed up. And I think that's why I ended up having to add so much material and filler in the front here and towards the bow to make the twist. And I think that along with the combination of me cutting this too deep was my Achilles heel. Now, I'm going to take the camera angle, and I don't know if you could see it or not, but see all the little, especially right around here, there's like a dip. And that's going to reflect into the plywood if I don't fill it. And I'll give you an example of this side. This side is more fair and has a beautiful sweeping curve, as you can see. Where this one has a nice curve, but it's wavy. And that kind of hit me a little. Not that I'm so much this perfectionist that everything's got to be perfect. I know it's not, but I'm trying to do the best job I can. More than likely, this is going to be the last boat that I'll ever build. I'm not rushing to get it done anytime soon. I have a boat that's up and running, and I'll be making a video of that shortly and show its performance and how it's been running. But getting back to this boat build, this is where we're at. We got the bottom battens on, and I'll show you. What I'm gonna do, and I'll show you this side over here, what I'm gonna do to alleviate that shift, because now This is too far over, and there's no wood here for support because this is going to be the flat portion of the boat. Whereas it's going to take a brunt of the waves beating and everything. I want this to be the strongest it can. I'm simply going to notch out another piece and add it to it. So there'll be 4. So it'll actually be extra beefy, which, yeah, I'll make it a little bit heavier, but at least in my mind, I know it'll be, I think it'll be, I'd rather go beefy and opposed to, not being strong enough, or have it being the structure compromised by my error of not placing the chine log in the correct position. These are the things that you have to overcome. It's all part of the woodworking deal. It's almost like the Marine saying, not that I'm a Marine, I'm an Army man. But I like to use the Marine saying, we improvise, we adapt, we overcome. And this is what we do in woodworking, and it's all good. I'm enjoying the build, and I'm glad you're along here with me. Give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. I mean, this is great. I mean, if I came across this boat build, I certainly would be watching it. I want to see what the guy's going to do. Anyway, y'all be good. This is James, and we're building this boat. Bye-bye.